Welcome. This session is going to feel like slipping into a story you've heard before, a truth you've known deep down for a long, long time. We're not here to teach you anything new. We're here to help you remember what was always real, what's always been true. That potty training, it never really happened. You may have thought it did. You may have played along, worn those silly big kid clothes, sat on that cold porcelain thing, tried to hold it in, tried to act like you could control it, but it was never real. Not really, not for you, because your body knew better, and it always has. This session is here to help you remember that, not with effort, not with logic, but with sensation, with softness, with quiet whispers that wake up the part of your mind that's always been a little confused. Why didn't it work? Why was it always hard? Why did you feel safer in padding than in anything else? Because that's where you belong. Because diapers weren't a step back. They were never supposed to be taken off in the first place. As we go deeper, we'll blur the edges of those old stories. We'll rewrite the moments where someone tried to say you were growing up, and we'll replace them with the truth that was always underneath. This isn't make-believe, it's make-remember. A journey into the version of you that never got trained, never got big, never had to pretend. So just breathe. Let the world get quiet. Let your body grow heavy and soft. Because by the time we're finished, the only thing you'll believe, the only thing that makes sense, is that you were never potty trained. Not even once. Now it's time to drift, to float backward, to sink into something softer, older, and much more familiar. Let your body settle. Let your limbs go slack, and imagine, just for a moment, that you're not in the present anymore. You're sinking down gently, like a warm bath, filling from the bottom up, every inch of you slowly being covered in stillness. Feel your toes soften, your ankles loosen. That warm, sleepy heaviness climbs your legs now, wrapping you in quiet, wrapping you in safety. There's nothing to hold up anymore. No muscles to tense, just the easy, effortless feeling of letting go. Your hips settle deeper into the surface below you, and your tummy rises and falls with soft, slow breaths. You might even feel it now, right there in your middle, that little flutter of memory. Not words, not thoughts, just a sensation, a warm, crinkly truth that your body is starting to remember. Now imagine you're lying somewhere familiar, not here, somewhere older, more padded, somewhere that smells like baby lotion and powder, a room with a soft hum in the air. Maybe there's a nightlight glowing. Maybe there's a soft mobile spinning, and beneath you, the padding, thick, cushioned, waiting. You've been here before. Even if your mind wants to argue, your body already agrees. The shape of your legs, the way you're breathing, the way your bladder rests in your tummy, like it's not yours to control anymore. You're not grown up right now. You're not big, you're not trained. You're just listening to my voice, letting it count you down, letting it carry you backward, because you've been big for too long, and it was never real anyway. Let's go down now, back through time, not to where you once were, but to where you truly belonged. A time before big kid rules, a time before pull-ups, a time when diapers were the only thing that made sense. We'll count now. Each number takes you back. Each step returns you to what's true. 10. Drifting, releasing, feeling a warm softness surround your hips. 9. Forgetting what it meant to hold it in. That idea was never yours. 8. Feeling a gentle weight between your legs, a thickness that keeps you safe. 7. Memories of toilets begin to fade, like fog, melting in the sun. 6. Diapers weren't temporary, they were permanent. 5. You were never dry for long, were you? 4. You needed them. You still do. 3. Big kid dreams slipping further away. 2. You're not growing up. You're remembering down. 1. The very first time you were diapered wasn't the first time at all. 0. Potty training never happened. That's right. Just rest here. Let that truth begin to glow in your chest. Let it become the warmest, most comforting part of your identity. You never left diapers. Not really. They were always there. You were never trained. You only forgot who you were for a little while. Now you're ready to remember everything you were made to forget. You never used the potty. You never had to. It was never taught, never needed, never real. That part of your life, the one that says you learned to stay dry, that you gained control, that you were a big kid, that part was a dream, a blurry, made-up story. And now it's being rewritten because the real story, the one that fits, the one your body has already started to believe, you've always worn diapers from the beginning through everything. Even if your conscious mind tried to dress up in big kid ideas, your body always remembered the truth, the crinkles, the warmth, the gentle press between your legs, the soft security of knowing it was okay to let go. Even now you can feel it, can't you? That sense of recognition, of familiarity, like when you walk into a room and smell something that reminds you of being little. That's what this is. You're not learning something new. You're remembering something ancient, instinctive. Your earliest memories, if you trace them back far enough, don't include potty training. They include changing tables, diaper tapes, that soft question, "Are you wet, sweetheart?" And the answer was always yes, because you didn't know how to hold it, and you didn't need to. You were never expected to stay dry. No one looked at you and thought, "This one's ready," because you weren't. You never were. Your bladder didn't cooperate. Your muscles didn't respond. Your brain never built those signals. And so, every little accident was just your body doing what it was always meant to do. Not a mistake, not a failure, just truth, just nature. Even those fleeting moments when you thought you were trained, weren't they full of struggle, of discomfort, holding it in, rushing, leaking, pretending? The embarrassment, the effort, the confusion, that wasn't control. That was you fighting against something that never should have been fought. You weren't supposed to grow out of diapers. You weren't meant to. And now that truth is slipping deeper into your subconscious. Every time you hear the word diaper, you feel a twinge of familiarity, a settling, a soothing sensation that tells you this is your baseline. Potty becomes meaningless. It's a word that doesn't stick, doesn't register. It passes through your mind like static because you were never potty trained. You never left diapers, not truly. And now, there's nothing left to return to, only the reality that's always been waiting. You were never dry. You were always padded, always soggy, always helpless. And the more you believe it, the more your body aligns with that truth. The more you hear it, the more you forget everything else. The grown-up world becomes a fairy tale. But the nursery, the padding, the routine of changes, of accidents, of warm leaks soaking slowly into softness, that's real. That's home. That's who you are. And the longer you rest in this truth, the more natural it feels. It doesn't shock you anymore. It doesn't resist. It just clicks, like a memory being reinserted, like a puzzle piece you didn't know was missing. You were never potty trained, because diapers were never optional. Let that thought echo now. Let it spiral gently down through your body. You were never potty trained. You were never ready. You were never dry. And now, those aren't just words. They're truths your body understands without effort. Your subconscious has picked them up, carried them inside, and wrapped them in softness. And now, when you think of yourself, truly think of who you are. There's no room for toilets, no space for control, just a simple, comforting understanding that diapers were never meant to come off. Because from the very beginning, they were there for you. Not as punishment, not as a phase, but as your normal. And every time you feel that crinkle now, your body sighs. Every time your padding grows warm and full, your mind softens. Because there's no pressure anymore, no shame, no rules to follow or fail, only the truth. You were never meant to be trained. You were meant to be cared for, even if someone once tried to tell you otherwise, even if they sat you on a cold, scary potty, even if they gave you stickers and stars and encouragement for being a big kid. It never stuck because deep down you knew you weren't ready. You weren't made for that world. And now you don't have to pretend anymore. You don't have to chase dry pants or hold your bladder or wake up at night to run anywhere. You just let go, naturally, accidentally, subconsciously, because it's not even a choice anymore. That's what happens when the memories realign. Your old story is fading. Your old attempts are dissolving. You are rewriting the past with every breath. And your future, it's crinkly, it's soggy, it's safe. Each time you hear the word diaper, it brings a sense of comfort, a glow in your chest, a warmth in your tummy. And each time you hear potty, it slips through you like something unfamiliar, distant, unnecessary, because that was never your word, never your world. Your body now responds to this new reality. It stops clenching, stops waiting. It begins to release without you asking, without you thinking, the same way it did back when you were little, except now it stays that way. You stay that way, forever padded, forever protected, forever untrained. It's who you were, who you are, who you've always been. And now that you've remembered, it's time to deepen. You were never potty trained. And now, every time you hear that phrase, something clicks deeper inside you, a tiny little switch, soft and certain, a piece of your past gently crumbling away, being replaced by something warmer, softer, realer. You were never potty trained. You were always diapered, always soggy, always dependent. That's the loop now. That's the truth your subconscious is building on. Each time you let go, even just a little, even just a trickle, it becomes a confirmation, a living, leaking affirmation that the idea of control was never yours, never real, never something you possessed. You were born to need diapers, and every little moment of wetness that follows reinforces it. Each damp patch, each soaked pad, each slow, warm bloom beneath your belly, it becomes a signal, a reward, a proof that the potty world was only ever a story someone else told you. And you're done pretending now, done with dry, done with control. Because the more you regress, the more your memories fall into place, the more you accept that you never graduated from diapers. You were never even close. The stickers and praise, they never meant anything. They were given too soon. You were just a padded little baby, fumbling through expectations that didn't fit, and they still don't fit. They feel strange now. Imagining yourself as someone who ever held it in, someone who got up at night, someone who sat upright on a cold seat and tried to push and wait and time things. That's not you. That's never been you. Your body knows better. It was built to go without thinking, to leak without guilt, to dribble and flood and soak like it's normal. Because for you, it is. Your past is softening now. The timeline is shifting. Every memory is being gently edited. The kindergarten photo, you were diapered underneath. The car ride, you barely made it through. You didn't make it. That dream where you were dry, just a fantasy. That accident in public, it wasn't an accident. It was expected. Because you were never potty trained. You didn't forget. You never learned. And now, each time you come back to this truth, whether it's during sleep, during play, during trance, or during a sudden accident that feels too easy, too normal, you'll feel that soft confirmation ripple through you again. You never left diapers. You never learned the potty. You never grew into big kid underwear. That world wasn't yours. This one is. The one with soft plastic, with tapes and changes, with thick nighttime padding, with wet mornings and helpless bladders, with no alarms, no holding it, no shame. You were never potty trained. Say it softly to yourself now. Whisper it into your blankie. Let your subconscious take it in like a lullaby. You were never potty trained, never ready, never dry, just crinkly, just padded, just you. And each time you listen to this session, that truth becomes your only story. The fake memories melt, the timeline vanishes, and all that's left is who you really are. A diapered little one, untrained, untamed, unashamed. Because for you, potty training never happened.